Welcome back in, Chatterbox Reds fans. What is a completely opposite version of what we were going through last night? As your Redlegs are up 11-1, putting it on the best team in the American League. It has been a fun day at the ballpark. I'm joined here by Austin Layton tonight. Austin, what are your thoughts on the offensive barrage, brother?
Oh man, I think you have to like it. Obviously, if you're a Reds fan, which obviously we both are. So it's more than I even thought and hoped that could happen. But I picked a good one to be on with the post game show with you for sure.
Absolutely. We keep doing this. You're going to keep coming on more often, brother. I don't know if I told you that or not.
Absolutely.
Hey, as our tradition for this weekend show, man, when we're up in the ninth, we crack beers. So cheers.
Hey, man, I'll join you on that one.
Sounds good.
Hopefully we just didn't just jinx an 11-1 lead, but see what happens.
Right, yeah, ain't that the truth? They always get on me because I crack it early, but it's like, we're in the ninth, man. I'm not cracking it post game. I'm cracking it now.
Right.
We're talking into existence here.
Alexis Diaz days, maybe had to wait till you at least get an out or so into the inning.
Right, no doubt. We got Lyon Richardson coming in to close her out today. We thought we might see some Pagan, but with the 11-1 lead, it's better off to have that arm for tomorrow. So got Lyon Richardson going in to close her out here for us, facing Colt Keith. Oh, what do we got? 3-1 count. So let's get 3 outs and get the hell out of here, man. So we can go after the streak tomorrow.
That's right. What was good deal with saving Pagan past 2 games, right? And then shoot even Thursday at the off day.
Yeah, absolutely. He should be well rested by the time we see him.
By the time you see him, right? Live in person.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to get to the ballpark tomorrow. We're not sitting anywhere close, that's for sure. I think we're 3 inches from God, but it'll still be a good day.
Yeah, if you're Richardson, man, just almost pitch to contact, get out of there. Hopefully they don't rough you up too much, but just play vibes.
You said pitch to contact, and he roped one right at Jake Fraley. So
right. Yeah, got the good contact, but
I like
hit it where they were.
Yep, no doubt. I'm hoping Spencer Steer can shake off that hand injury. He did come back out in the field to snag that ball, but I'm a little worried about my guy. It seems that I'll always be something with Steer, so I'm really hoping he can shake that off.
Yeah, hand stuff's kind of scary too, just because there's like no fat there or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing to protect it. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and Steer, you got to figure, shoot, he might still even be hurt from his shoulder.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it on that throw home last night. Good Lord.
Right.
That was a little rough. There's your contact again, right at Matt McClain. Boy, you're calling this out or what, Austin? I like this. You're welcome on here anytime, bro.
Hey, it only took me until like mid-June, but hey, that's all right. Usually I'm jinxing him the wrong way.
Okay, Matty Ice. Good to see him have a bounce back game. Big home run, making plays in the field. He had a couple of blunders last night, and it was like,
Yeah, rough game last night. I feel like as a whole, he's usually pretty solid and like athletic on defense, man. But yeah, rough game.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah. I mean, everybody's going to have their ups and downs. Rainy, dreary night at the ballpark. Everything's moving slow. You know what I mean? You can even see the mud clumping up on Ellie's cleats there at the end of the game. It was like, oh, my God, let's just get out of here without getting somebody hurt. Did you see the one where Trace was talking about Wade Miley was drafted 2 years before the iPhone was even a thing? Good God. I didn't realize how long that dude had been around.
Yeah, man. I believe it. Yeah, man.
All right, we got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Let's get a strike here and get this on the road, man. Let's get us on to the series win tomorrow. So
let's close this with Wade Miley coming, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully he's well rested.
Yeah, it's a hold your breath situation, but I was in the ballpark the last time for Wade Miley's last start. We came out victorious, so let's, fingers crossed. Here we go.
Yeah, every time he throws, I just hope he doesn't rip it off of bone or something.
Yeah, that's it. Arm goes with it. Right back to him. Got a hopper back to the pitcher. Out number 3, or Cincinnati Reds are victorious 11-1. Let's do a show on the other side of this. What do you say, brother?
Let's do it.
High drive, left center field, racing back to the wall, Bourgeois. The Reds are National League Central Division champions. In the air, left center field. Did he? He did! He did! Reds win! Line into right field. Genius, the first run ever with 4 home runs in a game. Can you believe it? In the air, down the right field line. Doesn't have a chance. The Reds have won on a 3-run home run on opening day by Ramon Hernandez. A strike away and out away is Homer Bailey. Ground ball to third. Frazier gloves. Throw to first, and Homer Bailey, for the second time in his major league career, has tossed a no-hitter. Oh, are you kidding me? Holy Moses, the second player in major league history to hit 7 home runs in the first 10 games. In the air, and the Reds win. What a dream beginning to a career of Jay Bruce.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome back to another winning edition of Chatterbox Red, sponsored by Deep South Commodities. Always glad to have our guys at DSC. I'm joined tonight by my guy, Austin Layton. Austin, good night at the ballpark, man. The offense showed up. Got a good outing from Brady Singer, ate up some innings. Got the best of Jack Flaherty, and what is the AL best Detroit Tigers? What a fun night at the ballpark, man. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, as a Reds fan, it's probably the most complete kind of performance you would hope for, starting pitching, hitting, bullpen. I mean, just the balance of the contributions that came out of the lineup, like it's exactly what you want to see. And you're kind of anchored by some big home runs, which usually isn't the Reds' forte this year. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take full credit for being on the post-game show for 11 runs. But other than that, no, it's definitely good. Good to be on with you.
If we're going to score 11 runs, brother, you are welcome here anytime, man, anytime. So let's get into a little box score recap, man. Let you know what happened here. We had Reds and Tigers from Comerica Park. It was a 110 first pitch. We had a right-handed pitching matchup today. It was Brady Singer came in with a 4.46 ERA versus Jack Flaherty. He came in with a 3.31 ERA, but looked really good in his last 3 starts. I think he had less than 1 ERA in his last 3 starts, and it looked like it was going to be a pitcher's duel, man. The way it started, both pitchers went 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. Followed by a scoreless second inning. Singer's first scare came in the bottom of the third. After a leadoff walk to Javi Baez, Trey Sweeney drove a double to right field, but Baez was thrown out at home trying to score from first on a 98.3-mile-an-hour seed from Ellie De La Cruz on the throw-in from Fraley, getting Baez at home and keeping it scoreless in the third. So, and after the defensive gym, you see it all the time. They make a good play with the glove in the field. My man comes up and leads off the bottom of the 4th inning with an absolute blast, hitting a 402-foot solo shot, going 110 miles an hour off the bat, making it 1-0 Cincinnati Reds. But the Tigers would get one back in the bottom of the 4th after 2 walks. A Perez single would tie the game 1-1 going into the 5th inning. But in the 5th inning, that's when the Reds would explode. The offense exploded. Started off the inning with Fraley led it off with a single. He moved on to second after a McLean ground out. And after a walk to Friedel, Gavin Lux would then score Fraley on a liner to right field, making it 2-1 Reds. After a walk to Ellie to load the bases, Tyler Stephenson hit a grand slam, a grand salami, 388 feet, 98.4 off the bat with a 34-degree launch angle, making it 6-1 Cincinnati Redlegs. And we never looked back from there. That kind of was the tone setter for the rest of the game. Spencer Steer would then follow that up with a solo home run to left, going 371 feet, 98.7 miles off the bat, following up the grand slam, and that would chase Jack Flaherty, making his final line on the day. 4.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. He did give up 3 home runs, and we chased Jack Flaherty, who has been very, very solid. Flaherty was outdueled on the day by our guy Brady Singer with another quality start, which was exactly what we needed from him and for the team coming off of a rough night last night. So the final line on Brady Singer, 6 innings pitch, he only gave up 4 hits, the 1 earned run. He did have 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. So great night by Singer. Outdueled Jack Flaherty, which is exactly what the Cincinnati Reds needed. And we would just be playing add-on from there, brother. The Reds would then score another 3 runs in the 8th inning on a 376-foot home run by Matt McClain, going 102 miles an hour off the bat, making it 10-1 Reds. The Reds would then play add-on again in the 9th inning when we got to play position or bat against position player Jake Rogers, and Jose Trevino would score Tyler Stephenson on a sac fly, making it 11-1 Reds. And then coming in after Brady Singer for your Cincinnati Reds bullpen today, it was not much to talk about. They were very good and very, very efficient. 0 runs, 0 hits for Graham Ashcraft, Tony Santillan, and Lyon Richardson, bringing home the win for your Cincinnati Reds, 11-1. The final box score, 11 runs on 12 hits and 1 error for the Reds, 1 run on 4 hits and no errors for the Detroit Tigers. What a fun day at the ballpark, brother.
Yeah, it's when you score 11 runs, man, it makes the play-by-play recap a pretty lengthy paragraph or story, man. But I'll take it all day. It's way more fun than watching a 1-0 shutout, that we've been accustomed to. And I think, man, I mean, we talked about it right before the break, but this is, I mean, everybody contributed seemingly in the whole lineup, man. So it was good to see.
Oh, you're absolutely right, man. And it was fun, especially when you're getting home runs from Ellie De La Cruz and Matt McClain. It's just fun to see the middle of our lineup going off like that. Tyler Stephenson keeping the power going. Christian Encarnacion Strand and Espinal got a couple, I feel like, well-needed days off. We did end up seeing both of them as defensive replacements there at the end of the game. So got those guys some much-needed time off, got a well-rounded win all the way around from pitching to defense to offense to the bullpen to, I mean, all the way around, man. There's just not a whole lot to not be excited about, man. And speaking of excited, we did have 4 different options for our DSC deep drive of the day. What did we end up with? We had Matt McClain's home run. We had Spencer Steer's home run. Tyler Stephenson and Ellie both went off. So I think we agreed before the show. Let's go with Tyler Stephenson's grand slam, man. Tyler Stephenson's grand slam absolutely set the tone for what was going to be a no comeback situation for the Tigers. So Stephenson's home run, 388-foot grand slam. 98.4 off the bat, 34-degree launch angle, took our winning probability up to 93.9%. I love when that winning probability is in the 90s. So, Tyler Stephenson, you are our DSC Deep Drive of the Day. Our Deep Drive of the Day is sponsored by Deep South Commodities. DSC is a leader in renewable commodities for biofuel production, specializing in used cooking oil collection, aggregation, and sales. Visit www.deepsouthcommodities.com for more information. Thanks, as always, to our friends at DSC. So deep drive, man, there was a lot to choose from today, and really glad to have our guys from Deep South Commodities there to help us out. But I just want to get this one out of the way because we waited a little bit too long last night, and I'm getting the negativity out of the way right at the top. We always want to remind you guys that you can call or text 988 anytime, day or night. The 988 Suicide Crisis Hotline is a place to get support for anything health-related, for anything related to mental health. Whether it's an immediate crisis, simply wanting to find out how to connect with care, or anything in between, 988 is a 100% confidential, secure, and anonymous way to reach out for help when you don't know where else to turn. To connect, call or text 988 or visit mantherapy.org to get help. It's okay not to be okay. That's enough with the negativity for the day, brother. This is a positive show. We're going to positively swing this into what is a series win tomorrow and get rid of this, 39 series curse where we lose the first game and end up losing the series. That's coming to an end tomorrow. I've got a real good feeling about it, especially coming off the way we look today. What are your thoughts?
Well, whenever the Reds score like more than 5 runs, it's kind of scary because you don't know if they'll score again for the next week after that. So I'm just hoping that they save some for tomorrow, man. But yeah, I mean, to your point too, like we had so many home runs to choose from for the deep drive, and it's like, I mean, Stephenson's obviously, I think we agreed we picked just because of the grand slam aspect and the runs you get out of it. But yeah, who's your tie in the chat mentioned it. Ellie De La Cruz home run was 110 miles an hour off the bat with the exit velocity, man. So that was a crazy hit. Got to give him some props on that. And not like the other 2 home runs weren't good, but yeah, we got to give it to Ty Steve, man. Good to see him hitting with
Yeah, it
power still.
wasn't the hardest or the farthest hit, but as far as the impact that it had
Yeah.
on the game, man, that was the most impactful. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll change today's to the most impactful drive of the game.
Right. Highest
But,
scoring drive of the game. But yeah, man, I
yeah,
mean, the whole lineup, like we said, I mean, I'm just looking at the box score now, and really the only guy that started that didn't get a hit was our guy, Will Benson. But I mean, he even had a walk in the game. So hits all around, if you can hold this Tigers lineup to 4 hits versus our 12, I mean, you think it's going to be a good day, obviously. And I don't know. Hopefully that trend continues tomorrow. They're due for some hits tomorrow. We're probably due to not get some hits tomorrow, but hey, that's why they play the game.
this was the Brady Singer we went to get. This is why we went to get him for situations like this when our backs are against the ropes and we need a good start. We need somebody to eat up innings. This is absolutely why you go get a guy like Brady Singer. So I was glad to see him have a bounce back game, man. He's definitely been struggling there for a couple starts, but you're looking at the rundown here. We had Ellie with a couple exclamation points on the rundown. We typed that in definitely right after the big homer and the big throw out there at home plate. But Ellie's been playing absolutely lights out. He's Mr. Consistent. He wants to be in the lineup every single night. Even the bereavement situation did not seem to get my man down. He is absolutely locked in right now, and I say locked in because like it can't get any better. It could absolutely get better. Even Tito's brought it up that he's not sure that he's seen the best Ellie yet, which is absolutely scary. But he is carrying this ball club and being the captain that we need him to be.
Yeah, and seemingly after he, unfortunately had to go out for his bereavement for his sister, but since he's come back from that, man, this month of June, I mean, he's been on a tear the past, 2 weeks or so. I don't have the numbers in front of you, man. He has just been on a streak that, he's hitting the ball, he's getting on base. Obviously, we'd like to see him steal a little bit more than he has been. I don't know if that's, carrying over from some leg injuries from the preseason, spring training time frame, but yeah, he's finally living up. I think the last time I was on with your brother, I kind of gave him some grief, said that he's not living up to kind of the star player that we need to have of our, 3-hole all-star player, but he's looked good recently, man. And you love to see it because I don't know, he's so young, he's so, raw with the talent that he has. It's only a matter of time before he puts it together. And I think Cowboy mentioned it during the game, or maybe it was Sadak, I can't remember, but how he goes is probably how the Reds are going to go the rest of the season. Obviously we got, a full lineup of guys that could definitely get hot and, carry us too, but you got to have Ellie if he's batting in that 3-hole doing well. And yeah, I mean, to your point, Singer, awesome start, quality start, ate some innings. We needed that to kind of save the bullpen still, keep it fresh. I guess they had the off day and then, 5 innings or whatever it was from Martinez. But yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you wanted when you picked up Singer, innings eater, keep you in ball games. Obviously, the score today, he didn't have to do much to keep him in it, but keeping this Tigers offense down, and that's no easy task. So
Yeah, they're definitely an offense that could put a couple guys on and change the complexion of the game real quick. So for him to be able to tighten it down when we needed him to and keep it close when we needed him to, I felt like the third inning might have been a turning point. He was kind of struggling with his command a little bit, had a couple walks. Has the leadoff walk to Javi Baez. And so I felt like the command he didn't have total command of his pitches, but to only give up 4 hits to the AL leading Tigers is definitely saying something, even when you don't have your best stuff. And that's what you get at a guy like Brady Singer, man. He's gonna try to bring it to the ballpark every single night. And I for one am glad to have him in the middle of our lineup. And like you say, with Ellie, it's having the protection around him too. When you've got guys like Tyler Stephenson and home run threats in the lineup like Jake Fraley and Benson, you're going to have to pitch to Ellie, because if not, you're going to have to pitch the rest of these guys who have the exact same kind of power and can absolutely get into one. I am that old school back of the baseball card kind of guy, man, where it was I'm a hit and run and get it going, that sort of stuff. But the more I listen to Nick and Trace and those guys talk about needing the power in the lineup, they're absolutely right. They are 100% absolutely right. They have turned the leaf with this old timer. I know that. So it's one thing to play good baseball, and it's exciting to see the hit and run and the whole 9 yards. But when you have the aspect and of that power and just being able to put that in the other pitcher's mind and have that in the other pitchers, even just their defensive scheme and how they're going to use their pitchers that day and that sort of stuff. When you've got guys that actually strike fear in the pitching staff, you start getting to the bullpen. I think we went through 3 more bullpen pitchers today. They went through at least 4 yesterday that I know of. So we've used 7 bullpen pitchers in 2 games. We're getting to their bullpen. Bodes us up well for Sunday. So I'm really excited about the way things went, man. And I couldn't be looking more forward to what is going to be a series win tomorrow. I'm talking it into existence.
Hey, I love it, man. I hope you're right. But yeah, I mean, and looking at the lineup too, I think you need power if you're trying to play, hit and run baseball, but everybody's batting, around 200 or below your roster. You know what I mean? Like for the first couple months of the season, I mean, if you're going to concede that, hey, we're not a home running hitting team, like, we're more of small ball, but everybody's, playing well below their averages, batting average wise, like that's not a recipe for success. So you're finally starting to see, I mean, just looking at the box score too, you can see the averages of like all the guys in our lineup. I mean, the top like five are actually pretty good. I mean, obviously Friedel's had a great year. He's batting 294, Lux 277, De La Cruz is up to 267. That kind of surprised me. I know he was obviously lower before this kind of past couple week streak, but even Stephenson 262. Those are kind of the highlight guys. Trevino obviously 295, but finally seeing some good batting averages, man, because that was a thing. It's like you look at all the guys, like obviously McLean's still underperforming what he has been, but I mean, even for kind of the beginning of the year, you're kind of waiting for Stephenson to get hot once he came back. But now you got these guys that I think are kind of ramping up a little bit. And I mean, shoot, we still haven't even seen like a healthy, consistent Austin Hayes in there. So get him back, man. I mean, that's some offense that these guys could obviously use. But yeah, I mean, it definitely helps when you hit 4 home runs and a grand slam's one of them. It kind of takes the need for small ball out, to your point. But
Yeah.
nah, man, if they can fire on both cylinders, or all cylinders, I guess, number of hits 12 today and 4 home runs, like that's, I mean, we're not going to win 11-1 every day, but that's certainly what you want to see.
Right. Even when we don't score 11-1, though, when you get pitching performances like we did today, you get zeros from all 3 of your bullpen guys. You have Brady giving up just the 1 run. I mean, that's definitely a recipe for success, but it's just fun to have the icing on the cake when you're hitting home runs like that. That's for sure. But looking at our rundown, man. Oh, well, I guess our next thing on the rundown was Singer's performance, and we've kind of raked through that one pretty good. But anything else to say about the pitching performance today?
No, I mean, overall, good outing. Obviously, it was really that 4th inning. I made note of, he had a couple walks in that inning. Riley Greene, Colt Keefe, and then I think it was a single after that by Perez that ended up scoring the run for the Tigers. But I mean, that was really the only bad inning. I mean, he was pitch efficient. He obviously went, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Like that's obviously a good line. But that 4th inning was really the scariest moment, and that obviously wasn't even that big of a deal. So we'll take it, man. I mean, it's a rotation that we're certainly missing Hunter Green and might be for an extended period of time from what they're saying, pregame today. So it's like starts out of the guys like this where Martinez even or Singer and Lodolo and the rest of the gang. Abbott obviously has been great, but like those starts need to definitely be good if we're kind of filling in that last 5th spot basically with Wade Miley or whoever it is by association. So it's super important, obviously, against offenses like the Tigers, but just in general to not kill the bullpen and wear guys out, I think is huge. But did you have any other thoughts too on Singer?
No, just the defense behind him. The defense behind him was great today. It obviously correlates to good pitching. It's nice to have that in the back of your mind when you know your guys behind you are going to make a play. Matty McLean snagging the 1 in the 9th inning. Fraley making the play right there in right field in the 9th inning were just a couple that I can think of off the top of my head. But there was obviously more than that with the Ellie throw and just having that solid defense behind him and knowing the guys aren't going to make mistakes. There's something to be said for that and putting your best foot forward. Looking at the lineup today, total, I just felt better overall knowing we had our outfielders in the outfield and we were putting our best foot forward. Infield could have been a little bit better. Obviously, you lose Espinal's glove, but having Lux in the 2-hole obviously boded well for us as well. So you take the good with the bad as far as that's concerned. But just looking at the lineup overall from today, it's just a much better feeling from a Reds perspective just to know, 1, there's a chance, and 2, we did it. You know what I mean? So just knowing there's a chance of getting it done, it's absolutely satisfying. So hopefully we can roll this into tomorrow. But I definitely wanted to give Matt McLean his flowers because I kind of rode him a little bit last night after he made a couple bonehead plays on defense and struggled at the plate. He did have 1 for 4 today. So back to the Mendoza line of the 250. Well, I guess the Mendoza line's 200, but did raise the batting average a little bit today. So we'll take that. Did make a couple good plays in the infield. So wanted to give him his flowers as well. But like you were talking with Wade Miley making his starts and trying to get a little bit more depth here and there. There was a few roster transactions today. You want to run through those?
Yeah, it's one that came out, I guess, kind of before the game, but then one even during the game. It seemed like I saw on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I guess the one that probably Reds fans will be, I don't know, most interested in, or at least most familiar with. Jacob Hurtubise got designated for assignment, but they claimed utility player, and I say utility player because he's seemingly played just about every position on defense. Ryan Vilade off waivers from the Cardinals, and our guy Nick Kirby, I saw retweeted this, and he's hit 280 in AAA. I think it was around 50 at bats or something over the course of that. But obviously, a guy that the Reds can hopefully plug in. I think we're all pretty tired of seeing like the Hampson, Connor Joe guys getting plugged in to there. So if he can kind of provide a better utility option for these guys, once he gets called up, I think they optioned him to AAA, but I could be wrong on that. But if they can get some kind of better production off the bench, I think that'd be obviously a key for this team. And then the other one, the Reds acquired pitcher Brian Van Bell from the Red Sox for cash. And the note that I saw that was interesting on him, he was actually called up this week on Monday, but he ended up getting designated for assignment before he ever even pitched. So he has yet to make his major league debut, across any team that he's been on. But this year in AAA, posting a 2.29 ERA. I guess he's had a mix of he started maybe like 8 or so games I saw, and then has had some relief appearances too. So it'll be interesting to see how they use him. But I don't know, man. I mean, two seemingly good picks. I don't know how you feel about it, but Hurtubise, I feel like kind of became a punching bag for Reds fans, and I don't know, lost kind of the hope of the fan base with just what he did getting called up at the beginning of the year. I guess being on the roster at the beginning of the year, then never really doing much after that. But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, Hurtubise had his chance. He got more playing time on the big league roster than I think any of us really even wanted or expected. So he had his chance and couldn't make the best of it. And honestly, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I know he wasn't playing well in AAA either. And so if you're not going to light it up in the AAA or Major League Baseball, you just kind of got to cut your ties where you can. The Vilade ad it sounds like he might have a little bit of power. I think it was Kirby that also put in there. He's hit 5 home runs in the 40 games in AAA or whatever it was, and so you got a little bit of pop as well. So that bodes well for our roster and kind of gives us just a couple more options when you're trying to work around what is the Wade Miley situation, I guess, because you're never really going to know what's going on with him as far as the ups and downs and the crap that's came out in the last couple of days. And I don't want to get into that like at all, but he brought up a good point. Kirby was talking about his takeaways today on the roster moves. He said hopefully Vilade is an organizational move to give them protection at AAA when they DFA Hampson. And hopefully Brian Van Bell is a move to give them starting pitching depth when they DFA Miley and call up Chase Burns. So those are two pretty exciting statements if Mr. Kirby is correct. So I like the way he's thinking there. I think it is going to give us a little bit of leeway there to try to figure out what we're going to do with the Garrett Hampsons of the world and the Wade Mileys of the world. So whether or not it's an immediate impact, we'll have to wait and see. But it's a step in the right direction, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to obviously catch, headlines or Sports Center, mentions or things like that. But it's moves that I think if you're a team like the Reds, you kind of always got to be looking for these guys that can be almost low risk, high reward type guys. And yeah, to your point, it's not like an immediate MLB roster guy, but certainly some depth in positions where, especially I think, it kind of coincides with the Hunter Greene injury. Like we need some depth maybe, and maybe on the pitching side he can provide that. So I'll take it, man. We'll see how they do. Obviously, they'll probably hopefully not be huge busts after we're saying all this. But hey, man, if the Reds want to make some moves, these are actually good ones in my book.
I absolutely agree. I mean, it's like you say, it's nothing that's going to be on the headline of the front pages of the headlines or anything like that. But if it bodes well for giving Hunter Greene the time that he needs to get healthy, giving Austin Hayes and those guys the time that they need to get healthy, if we can. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, and it may never happen because it seems to be an always continuous cycle of somebody's always down. But if we can get this team to 100% by after the All-Star break, I kind of like where we're heading. Get a lot of our potential in the lineup, get a lot of our power back, and just start looking forward. But like you say, that's a wishful thinking, and trying to get everybody healthy over 162 game stretches. It's very, very hard to do. So even if we get everybody at 90% after the All-Star break, I think I'll take that as well. So, but whatever we can do, and I feel like we are making the right steps. So hopefully we can get going to where we need to get going. Let's take a look at tomorrow's matchup, man. What do we got going on tomorrow? We've got who is our pitcher tomorrow? I'm drawing a blank off the top of my head.
Wade Miley. Yeah, Miley's pitching.
Oh, That's right.
Yep.
All of a sudden, it just left me that quick. I looked down and saw Sawyer Gibson Long name and didn't write down Wade Miley. I'm like, we got
He's
Wade
not an
Miley.
afterthought, right? We still like Wade Miley.
No doubt. He's definitely still there. I got to see his win in Cleveland, and I'll be in the ballpark tomorrow. So I've been to the ballpark twice in the week, and lucky me, I get to see Wade Miley pitch twice. But we come out with 2 wins. I will not be upset about it at all. But pitch up tomorrow, we got Sawyer Gibson Long going. Mike was talking yesterday about whether or not they might use another lefty starter out of the bullpen and or lefty opener out of the bullpen for Sawyer Gibson Long. So what are your thoughts there? Do you think they're going to go opener? You think we see Sawyer Gibson Long right off the get-go? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I probably don't know enough about their, game plan to even say that. But if we do see Gibson Long, I mean, this is kind of a guy that's, I don't know, not been super thrown into the fire yet this year. He's only had 5 career MLB starts. He went under Tommy John April of last year. So, he did have a good ERA, 2.2 ERA, and 5 rehab starts this year. But I mean, it's kind of a guy that if you're looking for somebody that's, not, I guess, a bona fide, major league starter, veteran type of guy to face against Wade Miley, who's kind of, coming off injury, maybe inconsistent, doesn't have what he used to have type of thing. Like that would be the matchup that you're hoping to pair up against Wade Miley, just because he doesn't, scare you as much as like Flaherty did today, probably from a Reds offensive standpoint. But I don't know. I think, I mean, the Tigers are pretty good about, I think their whole game plan, that they had success with last year was being able to kind of pick those starters that, openers and kind of piecing those guys in, man. Yeah, and getting creative with it. So I wouldn't put it past him, but I think, if that is the case that he's starting, it's at least that's what you would want to see, I guess, against Wade Miley, who we don't really know what we're going to get out of either. But what did you think about it?
They love using the phrase pitching chaos, which I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of a fan. I do kind of like the way they shake it up, and it's kind of a mad scientists. We're going to stir up the pot and see what we can get out of here kind of situation. But I was looking up the last couple outings on Sawyer Gibson Long. He made a start against the White Sox. He went 3.2, gave up 5 hits, give up 3 earned runs in 70 pitches against the White Sox. So if that tells you anything, his last outing, from what I was reading, 4.2 innings pitched against the Orioles. He gave up 3 hits and 1 earned run and 51 pitches. But they used him as a bulk reliever following Brent Herter that day, kind of like we saw in the day before. He was their bulk reliever that day. But he went 4 innings pitched with 5 strikeouts and 51 pitches. So worked pretty efficiently his last time out against the Orioles. So be interesting to see what version of Gibson Long we get tomorrow. Hopefully the Reds can jump on him early. It seems to be the whoever scores first wins situation. I mean, Ellie put us on the board first today. We get off the schneid. Same thing happened with the Tigers last night. So let's get that first run early and never look back. And in this, 39 series in a row where we lost the first game and didn't end up winning the series. So let's just put this to bed. I'm tired of talking about it, and let's this be an afterthought, man.
Streaks are meant to be broken, right? Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. An early start for you tomorrow too. I think it's a 12:05 game on Roku. So hopefully you don't sleep in and miss it tomorrow, man. But no, I got an early start. It's on the Roku channel. You'll be seeing it live in person. And I guess the call out too is I know some people are kind of like, Roku, what the heck? Like, why is it on that? You don't have to have a Roku device to watch it. You can actually download the Roku channel app on like most smart Fire Stick type systems, things like that. So if you are a Reds fan, you think you're out of luck, you're probably not, depending on, if you got some type of smart TV device, you can still get
that's a great point, man, especially for old heads like me, because I saw Roku and I'm like, all right, what am I going to have to get into here? What am I going to have to download to see my Reds? So I guess
call your kids up, ask them.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what I have to do. It's kind of like anything that goes wrong with my phone. Here, we fix this for me, man. I appreciate it. But right. Yeah, no, 12:05 start tomorrow. Do not sleep in. Let's get up, get our brunch in, and cheer on these Cincinnati Reds to a series victory over the Detroit Tigers. I'm really looking forward to it. I will be in the ballpark tomorrow. So if you happen to be in the Comerica tomorrow, stop and see us. We'll buy you a beer. I'll be there with my dad enjoying Father's Day. And we do want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, man. It's we always appreciate everything you do. Some of the stuff the dads do goes behind the scenes and in some of the dirty work sometimes, but know that you're appreciated, dads out there, and we appreciate what you do and going to work every day and keeping the lights on and that sort of stuff. So please enjoy your Father's Day, man, and let's enjoy a Cincinnati Reds win. Austin, you got any final thoughts, man, before we close out of here?
Oh man, happy Father's Day, like you said. My dad's probably the reason I'm a Reds fan, which is either a gift or a curse, depending on how you look at it. But definitely appreciative of all that he's done for me too. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all I got, man. Awesome game. Hopefully they carry it in tomorrow for you. Let's go Reds, though.
Absolutely. Kept it short and sweet for you today, but we appreciate all 233 of you joining in here today, man. We're going to go enjoy what is a early afternoon for us here on a Saturday, but we are looking forward to a Reds win tomorrow, 12:05 versus the Tigers. Do not miss it. It's on Roku. As always, go Reds.